when it comes to, like, say, films, like, say, yes, when it comes to it, though, like, we think about it rather, like, yes, the idea, like, say, okay, like, say, we can make fun or, like, tease, like, like, film, like, say, whether it's something good, something bad, like, say, Island of Terror, like, say, I'm sure, like, like, say, the Mystery Science Theater guys have made fun of it before. Or heck, maybe the Terror. I mean, those guys had been around a long time. And that is today's subject. We're actually talking about the Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Dave?
That's really gross. Well, we had to snap him in two like a frozen dog to get him out of the space capsule, but I think
It's a little low on air.
And a little bit about the history of it. And, yeah, like you say, if you need a basic gist of it, basically the idea of the show is in that you have basically, like, one guy and some robots that are sitting in front of a movie film screen, and then, like, say, making jokes and jabs while the film is going on.
We put our faith in blast hard cheese.
And if you're wondering, like, say, wait, what was the basic idea of it, though? Well, the basic idea of it was a human test subject, Joe Robinson, and then Mike Nelson, and most recently, Joan Heston. Like, say, this would be, like, all the folks that were, like, the lab rats that are having to watch the worst films ever made. So, Joe, like, he built sentient robots from parts aboard the satellite Love, like, say, in this case, Tom Servo, Crow T Robot.
a juggler.
Boring things?
A juggler. Hackney.
Things at a Renaissance festival.
A bad actor.
Gypsy, or GPC. And, like, they would be, like, joining them, and then you would also have Cambot, the sound recorder of the experience. So one thing that ended up happening is, like, say, yeah, like, basically, these three characters would end up, like, like, they would watch watch the four characters, they would watch the film, and then they would just have fun with it.
Received at least some of the data they needed.
Well, I don't know about that. Some of the
I'm
data.
sure now they're ahead of us.
Well, maybe not that far ahead. You should really think about it.
Which, in a way, like, like, looking back, today is, in a way, like, something that we would see today. Like, say, when you feel like, instead of, like, get commentary, or, like, just basically say, hey, what was that edit? What was that? And all that. Well, let's get into talking about it. So, the show was created by Joel Hodgson. The show had originally appeared on KTMA TV, which is now WUCW in St. Paul, Minnesota, on November 24th, 1988. And then it moved to nationwide broadcast first on Comedy Central for 2 seasons, then Comedy Central for 5 seasons, until its cancellation in 1996. And then, like, say, if you're, like, saying, whoa, okay, like, that seems to go by quickly. It was later picked up by the Sci-Fi Channel, and it aired for 3 more seasons until another cancellation to August 1999. And then, like, say, you would have, like, say, a return in 1993 with the Mystery Science Theater Hour, and then back we would go, like, later, 2015, Joel Hodgson, he had a crowdfund revival of this series for 14 episodes for an 11th season, which had been released on Netflix back in 2017. Let's go back into a bit more detail. So,
You are not my real father, mister.
like, if you're wanting a bit more detail, Joel had made a demo tape of the concept with the help of struggling actor and occasional stand-up comic Tracy Bell and high school budding comedian Josh Weinstein, who did the voice of Tom Servo and played Dr. Lawrence Earhart. And helping out was KTMA's technical guy and writer Kevin Murphy, who assisted Malin in producing, in addition of writing, lighting, camera work, and providing the voice of Cambot, and whatever else was needed. So if you're feeling, say, okay, yeah, it appeared on Thanksgiving Day, it was watched by only a few thousand people. But, like, if you're feeling, say, okay, well, okay, like, wait, what? Well, like, this was very, very early, like, say, when you think about, like, say, nowadays you'd feel like, say, this is just, like, say, something that is just, like, say, oh.
At your service, sir. You must be losing your sight.
I don't think that's funny, sir, but go on.
A search balloon at once. A female slave has escaped. I shall catch her.
We get this. But back then, when this was, like, first starting, it was like, say, wait, why are you talking over the movie? Why are you doing that? I want to hear what they're saying at the same time. For the Nelson's rating for the show was a 0.8. And the station paid $200 to $250 per show. And Joel and the company did a total of 21 complete shows for KTMA before, and then in 1989, selling the concept to the Comedy Central network. So how did it get the name? Well, Joel had often referred to, again, when he was a comic, so one thing he often referred to Gizmox and the Mystery Science Lab as the place where his inventions were created. So, yeah, like, basically he just, like, said, thinking of that. And then but one thing that's happened, though, is that Jim Mullen had said, we didn't have it, Tal. So I said to Joel, what do you think? And without blinking, he said, Mystery Science Theater 2000. But since we were so close to the year 2000, we decided they shipped up to 1,000 years. Yeah, like, I'm gonna say this, like, say, I really like the show. I think in my introduction to it was the Mystery Science Theater 3000 film.
Huh? How's that again?
What counts is how I make it work.
I see. Oh, good flight, Cal.
Thank you.
So long.
Dickweed.
Jag off.
Other people need to use this ladder, you know.
My wife has a seat so close. How can she drive like this?
Those decals are really hard to put on without ripping.
And at first, like, say, you're trying to think, say, wait, what? That one? I will say this, in that, like, yeah, I like that film, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like, say, if we're gonna get introduced to it, there are, I think, like, say, you can look back at classic, of the show, classic episodes of the show, to get a better understanding of it, because sometimes, like, when you, like, some of the films that they end up watching, perhaps some of them that they are watching, perhaps don't give you the ideas that, like, say, this wasn't, like, that as witty as this one, because sometimes the episodes were ad-lib, like, say, when you're watching it, sometimes, okay, that's funny, that lands.
Didn't you have a girl in your arm the last time you were decked out like this?
BJ Day.
Enough said.
Party on the base.
And I'll be honest in that, looking back, like, when I look at, like, say, how my editing, like, influences, and sometimes influences for, like, say, hey, like, say, Drive-In, I would say, for that show, I'm influenced by, like, when I was in college, I would watch, The Nostalgia Critic, I would watch, The Cinema Snob. So, like, say, some of those guys, like, early when we would do the, drive-in, like, I was probably a bit influenced by that when we would still have moments of scripts. And I'll be honest and say that sometimes, at least I think so, I'm gonna try to do more. I'm gonna try. Because I actually want to do some more jokes for this show. And yeah, but yeah, like, see, sometimes the commentary, like, say, sometimes with them, land, but sometimes, like, say, alright. But yeah, when I think about it, this show is a bit of a classic. It is, I think it is fairly influential when it comes to the use of comedy, the use of, satire.
Nicola, you got a bear in the air and playing around
Crow, enough with the CB lingo. The only reason we did this is because you do such a killer peck.
10-4 killer peck. You got the rusty load running east out of Needletown.
And at the same time, the use of commentary, especially when it comes to film today. But what's your favorite Mystery Science 3000 episode or film that they had discussed? See you next time.